Hello everyone, welcome back to a quick Fairview update. It's the start of July and things at work, as always for me at this time of the year in the university, are pretty hectic. So there's not much to show you in terms of layout progress, but I thought I'd quickly share with you some more of my plans for developing operations here on the layout. And today we're going to be looking at the first of two new virtual off-layout operational areas, focusing here on the Rocky Local. Now, in the real world, on the Moffat Tunnel subdivision, the Rocky Local comes out of Denver North Yard, passes through various suburbs of Denver, and then at the station of Rocky comes up onto the Rocky Spur, and nowadays at least switches out a large stone complex at the end of that line. In the past though, there were some other industries along that line, including a cement plant and also a scrapyard, although I don't know if it was ever actually rail served. But so here we can see my SD39 just paused in the siding while the conductor gets some paperwork, checks whether anything is needed, and in a few minutes time it'll head on towards the Rocky Spur. So this whole area at the back of my layout is off stage, but for now at least, as the Rocky Local arrives through the back here, I start to pretend, for now at least, that this is all part of the run-up to the Moffat Tunnel, and we're just crossing the switch that leads up to the Rocky Spur. And now, just like in real life, the crew can throw the switch, which allows the train to back up onto the Rocky lead. And this is where it all breaks down a little bit, for the moment at least, because not only have I not got power running to some of these spurs at the moment, but of course I don't have several miles of track with a Y for turning the train and inbound and outbound spurs for the various industries. But that's okay, because at the moment at least this area is, as I say, off layout. This is what we in the UK often call the fiddle yard. The American term here is particularly appropriate, a staging yard. because I see this as where my actors are prepared to come back onto stage, back onto the layout proper. So now what I'm going to do is just use some video trickery to switch out the cars, set up the train, which is going to be pulled back out of the rocky spur, and then ultimately make its way through Fairview and back to Denver. And there we have it. After a couple of hours of switching up that spur, we've now picked up a loaded gondola from Colorado Wood and Metal. We've got 2 loaded cement hoppers, and then at the back of the train we have a loaded stone hopper, all ready to head back to the main line. So let's... Put our conductor on the train, and then off we go. So once the train is in the siding at Fairview, the locomotive has had to just uncouple and it's running around to get to the head end of its train. And once it's coupled up, we'll be ready to head off to Denver. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not perfect yet by any stretch of the imagination. It would be lovely if I could have a modelled industrial spur coming off the main line here in my train room. But that's not feasible at the moment. I might yet consider building a little module where this Rocky Flats service, and indeed one other, which I've already hinted at and which I'll come back to in part 2 of this video, where I might be able to actually do the switching on different boards somewhere else in my house. I'm also thinking about getting hold of a couple of GP40 models, because those are the locos which are used by the Union Pacific on this particular service, and they're paired up. But that's kind of developments for the future. For the moment at least, this gives me something new to add to the mix when it comes to operating Fairview. And it's quite good fun. Even though I can't do the real switching yet, it's still taken in real time a good sort of 20-25 minutes to get to this point. And sometimes after a hard day at work, that's already good enough. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that little taster of my plans for expanding operations on Fairview. As I say, part 2 is going to have a different focus, looking at a fictitious industrial park which I'm going to locate just outside Fairview. But for today at least, our Rocky local has run around its train and it's now ready to depart back to Denver North Yard for those very. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. I'd like to wish friends in Canada happy Canada Day, and for friends in the US, happy Independence Day when it comes. But for now, if you've liked what you've seen and you're not yet a subscriber, please do click on the button to subscribe for more updates. Enjoy your modelling, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye bye for now.